Certified Bakery. We're located over in Georgetown, and we are actually a bakery, and so a lot of people just know us through getting coffee or pastries in the neighborhood bakery, but above our bakery is where all the magic happens. So we have a classroom where we do a fellowship program twice a year, and both of those fellowships, we have a cohort that starts in January and goes through June, and then we have another that starts in July and goes through November. And so over the 5 months, the program is full-time, and we have about 15 fellows each cohort, and we teach them business, entrepreneurship, and holistic wellness practices. So you come in and you take classes with Georgetown faculty. They come over to our classroom facility, and then you earn a certificate in business administration from Georgetown School of Continuing Studies. Then you also do a rotation program throughout our bakery and nonprofit. So, you're learning front and back of house of the bakery in terms of customer service and product design and development, but also then you go over to strategy and finance and you learn about how our nonprofit structure works. And then we also do marketing, communications, and development. So you're learning about grant writing and social media, foundation, philanthropy, relationships like that. And then we have another one that is catering and operations. So you're learning about human resources and leadership development, hiring, HR processes, kind of catering logistics, things like that. And then the real pinnacle of our program is the business plan capstone. So over your 5 months, you develop your own business plan that ends up going through all of these different workshops with speakers, with us, with the other staff. That way, by the time that you graduate from the program, at the end, you're ready to launch your business. So we have a number of alumni who've gone through our program and actually launched their own businesses, whether that is their full-time gig now or a side hustle kind of thing. A lot of our alumni have found that to be a really worthwhile experience because it didn't just give them the skill sets and the resources they needed, but also a really powerful network. So, you're in class 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4, with the cohort of other, people in your situation. So that's either military spouses or veterans or caregivers, and everyone who has some kind of post 9/11 service, and everyone who's kind of figuring out what the next step in life is. So we try to help people find not just something that's going to make them money, but also something that's going to be fulfilling and feels purposeful to them. So there's been a lot of people who've gone on, like I said, to start their own businesses, but some of our alumni also go on to higher education and master's degrees, graduate programs. Others have found meaningful employment in the nonprofit sector, or some with private sector companies, some at our partners like Deloitte or Boeing. And in terms of our wellness program, we also try to integrate things like mindfulness and reflection and breathing exercises, yoga. Also, like, we've done a bar class, just different things that fellows and alumni have suggested or found helpful. And we also try, each program we have a week-long break too, just for rejuvenating and for rest. We believe strongly in like a healthy work-life balance, so we try to be intentional about that with our programming as well. And then in terms of learning labs, we bring in all sorts of community speakers, similar to 100 Entrepreneurs, where you have people come in and share their stories. We do that as well as have other people come in and run workshops about professional and personal development. So it is kind of like a paid internship, like most fellowship programs. So it's full-time, like I said, 9 to 4 on Monday through Thursday, but we provide a monthly stipend. It's pretty modest. It's like $1,400 a month, but we also provide a laptop for use during the program and all of the textbooks. You get to keep them actually, and the certificate is completely free. It's covered by the fellowship, so it's no out-of-pocket cost to you. It's, essentially, if you're already in this area, it's the same kind of living expenses that you would normally have, which is like commuting and what you normally pay for living, like housing and food, but other than that, we do. So for the upcoming cohort, it's really interesting. We've had a lot of applicants from all over the country, like states as far as like Wisconsin and Idaho, and like I don't know how these people have heard about our opportunity, but I think that speaks to just the strength of our program. So even in our current cohort, also we have a military spouse who came over from Japan, and we have someone who came over from Texas as well and is renting locally, and then we have someone also from California. So the professors for all 7 courses for the certificate actually come right to our bakery classroom, so it's really convenient. For you, you just have to worry about getting yourself to our bakery every day, and then we do everything there. So.
And are there professors in the business school? Or?
They're in the School of Continuing Studies, so some of them also teach across the campus in different schools, but the majority of them are housed at the school's continuing studies. So, and the courses include everything from like financial accounting, financial management, business, policy, entrepreneurship. I think there's another workshop on design thinking, and then there's 2 other courses that I am blanking on at the moment. But yeah, anyone could apply who meets our eligibility requirements. So that's just that you are post 9/11, either a veteran with some kind of service-related disability, or a military spouse or a caregiver. Yeah, so the application process, it's actually open now for this next cohort that would start in July and go through November, but our application is really easy. It's an online form on our website. If you go to dogtaginc.org/fellowship, you'll find it there. And in the application, there's just one short answer question. Well, actually, there's 3 short answer questions. There's a few just like demographics and like, mailing address, kinds of basic things like that, and then just a few short answer questions asking about why you're applying for the Dog Tag Fellowship, where you see yourself in the near term and long term kind of future, and then there's another question about like why it makes sense for you now, kind of, and then we ask for a letter of recommendation, and then that should be coming from someone who is a professional reference, not a friend or family member, but someone who's either worked with you or has been a supervisor or has taught you in some way. And so in our application process, what we're really looking for is that a demonstrated interest and some kind of potential to benefit from our program. I think that seeing the applications that we have that are really strong, it's the applications that are touching on those points. And so we say that we're looking for an entrepreneurial mindset, and what that means is it doesn't mean that you have to come in like saying I'm an entrepreneur and I have like X amount of business plan ideas. Like you just have to have some kind of flexibility in terms of where you see yourself between now and whenever you end the program, and also just being open and flexible and adaptable and willing to learn, and also having an understanding too of what our program is. So our program is not like it's not an accelerator, an incubator in that like the traditional sense. It's not just a certificate program, and it's not just a bakery training program either. So I think just having some kind of demonstrated reflection that you looked at our program, you understand it, and then you know why it makes sense for you at this particular time.